This summer, the United States will host the most expensive sporting event in its history. The 2026 World Cup brings 48 teams, millions of fans, and over $11 billion in revenue. But here's the part nobody prints on the poster. A big chunk of that bill is being paid by American taxpayers. So where do all those billions actually go? And does the USA ever get them back? Let's break it down. First, understand how big this is. The 2026 World Cup is the largest ever. 104 matches across 16 cities in 3 countries, with 78 of those games right here in the United States. The government expects more than 5 million international visitors and nearly 19 billion total views. An event this size doesn't just happen. Someone has to pay to keep it safe, move fans in and out, and turn NFL stadiums into World Cup arenas. And that's where the spending starts. Let's start at the top, the federal government. Washington approved $625 million to secure the tournament, the largest grant of its kind ever awarded for a sporting event. It runs through FEMA and is split across all 11 U.S. host cities. What does it pay for? Police overtime, security drills, background checks, cybersecurity, and tighter screening at airports and train stations. Now, $625 million sounds like a lot, but here's the first catch. That money was nearly late. It got tangled in a political standoff in Washington and wasn't released until just months before kickoff, leaving some cities warning they might not be able to staff their own events. One Kansas City police official called it a drop-dead deadline. Then there are the cities themselves, and this is where the real money disappears. Each U.S. host city is looking at $100 to $200 million in costs, covering 3 big things. 1. Retrofitting stadiums. Most U.S. venues are NFL stadiums, built for football, not soccer. So fields, broadcast setups, even the grass must be modified to FIFA's exact standards. 2. Security and transportation. Moving tens of thousands of fans safely through a city every match day for weeks. And 3. The fan festivals. These are the free public watch parties FIFA requires every host city to run, and they can cost up to $1 million per day. Add it all up, and U.S. host cities are collectively facing at least $250 million in shortfalls. Some have already started shrinking or canceling those fan festivals just to stay afloat. So if the cities and taxpayers are footing the bill, who's cashing the check? FIFA, the organization that runs the World Cup, keeps virtually all the money the matches generate. Tickets, sponsorships, broadcast rights. FIFA is projected to walk away with around $11 billion from this single tournament. The host cities? They receive essentially zero direct revenue from the games themselves. Read that again. The cities pay hundreds of millions to host. FIFA collects billions. And the cities are left to make their money back indirectly through tourists buying hotel rooms, meals, and $15 hot dogs. Now, the people who pushed for this will tell you it's all worth it, and they have big numbers to back it up. A study from FIFA and the World Trade Organization projects the tournament will generate up to $47 billion in economic impact across the United States and create roughly 184,000 jobs. The logic is simple. More than 1 million international visitors flying in, filling hotels, eating out, and spending across 11 American cities over 38 days. For a host city, the pitch is irresistible. Short-term pain, long-term gain. A month on the global stage. So, is it true? Here's where it gets complicated. Economists who study these mega events are deeply skeptical. The uncomfortable fact: 12 of the last 14 World Cups have ended in a financial loss for the host country. Brazil spent $15 billion to host in 2014 and saw only about $3 billion in visitor spending. Russia spent over $11 billion in 2018 and got back roughly $1.5 billion. The pattern repeats. The projected windfall rarely fully arrives because much of the tourist money would have been spent anyway, and a lot of it flows straight back out to FIFA and out of the country. As one leading sports economist put it, the federal help isn't nearly enough, and many cities are likely to end up in the red.
So why do they do it? Because hosting the World Cup was never only about the money. It's about putting your city in front of 19 billion pairs of eyes. It's about pride, tourism that lingers for years, and being the stage where history gets made. The USA is making an enormous bet. Billions of public dollars on the promise that the world's biggest event will pay off in ways a spreadsheet can't fully capture. Whether it does, we'll find out this summer. Either way, the 2026 World Cup will be the biggest, most expensive, and most watched event America has ever hosted. And now you know exactly where the money goes. If this breakdown helped, hit subscribe. We make the biggest stories in sports simple. See you in the next one.